like stands up and says, "You slept with my wife."
Yeah.
You know, like gems, like Conker's Bad Fur Day and Pokemon Snap, and what?
Never heard either of those in my life.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Okay. I highly doubt it's good.
That is a hot take.
Why would you say that?
The other thing, they're always over the pettiest conflict you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Like Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here at the Wind Temple. That looks like an Earth Temple. Christian's about to go fight the mini boss, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So
It's a fancy looking door.
that's a pretty fancy looking door. So
Actually, I think I look exactly like all the other doors.
well, all the other ones don't have a chain around them. So, oh my gosh, this
Oh,
guy.
it's this. Oh God, this schmuck.
He can just bring up whoever he wants. I mean, this boss is either very easy or very difficult, depending on how quickly you can take him out. If you're not quick about it, he will go ballistic on you. Like,
I gotta take him out before I take anybody else out, right? Like he'll continue to respawn people.
Yeah, exactly. There he is. There he is. Oh!
Bro.
Oh! Oh! Yeah, if you don't start taking him out quickly, then, or at least the other Wizrobe, then things get out of hand very fast.
It's this guy, right? He looks like all the other ones now.
Now he has the Aztec thing.
I think I hit that off of him.
You can hit that off of him?
Oh, I don't
Nope.
think so.
Nope, he's up there
Well,
somewhere.
I can't find him.
Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Bow and arrow. Bow and arrow.
Oh, I don't
even have
that. I'm not even gonna attempt. Alright.
Go, 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 go! Do it, no!
Bro, why is this button?
It's
That button. That was the button's fault.
it's a very crunchy button. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, buddy.
I'm audibly curious about what happened to this thing.
All right. Come on. Oh, God.
I kind of want to let him continue to make enemies for me.
So that you can get Dark Nut badges and
Yeah. Also, it's just fun.
Yeah. The combat in this game is good enough that it's kind of worth dealing with.
This is probably the only time after the castle section that I really, really enjoy, combat wise.
Well, there's the Pit of 1,000 Trials or whatever it's called.
Oh, is there one of? Oh, you were right.
Yeah, there's two.
I forgot there's one of those
They're
in
called
the game.
the Cave of Ordeals. You should change your arrows to be fire arrows or ice arrows or something.
I don't think I can freeze them though.
Fire arrows then.
How do I do that?
on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll show
that
you,
worked.
you jerk.
I didn't expect that to work immediately. So thanks for that.
That's what happens when you don't listen to my advice, Christian. I don't know what to tell you.
You win.
So I've been down the YouTube hole recently. Have you ever watched these? The town councils that all of a sudden they get
You've showed them to me briefly before.
Yeah. I don't even remember how I got onto it, but it's town councils and homeowner associations.
I didn't know that was a thing that existed until you showed me.
Yeah. It's they're just now just watching a town council meeting obviously is not interesting, but if you look up on YouTube the town councils and homeowner associations where they gets out of control or escalates or whatever
won't believe
else.
what happened.
You won't believe what happens next. It is some of the it is truly some of the funniest, most interesting stuff to watch on YouTube because, in particular, it's not like everything else that you can see on YouTube where there's conflict where someone's pulled out their camera and already there's conflict and people fighting and yelling at each other and local Karen loses her mind at the,
It's ma'am.
it's yeah, something like that. I mean, those are fun too. But these they're particularly interesting because it's like they're already filming because they have to as a town council. So when it hits like out of nowhere.
Yeah, the one that you showed me was absolutely like I could not believe that was like reality.
Like it's
that
real
was so
people really losing their minds.
It's the fact that like they believe like it's so normal and they believe themselves to be like so like reasonable.
Yeah.
And it's just utterly ridiculous.
Well, and it's funny too because it always starts with like a very minor conflict. And they're just behaving with words that you would use for a town council. And it's got like that C-SPAN like camera, third-person camera that's over in the corner, really low quality, and a bunch of people talking like this.
Yeah.
And the order today is we're going to be talking about like how many tires to put on the town buses. Or, it's something like that.
Yeah.
It's like the most boring thing in the world. Because that's the other thing. They're always over the pettiest conflict you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Like just like the homeowners association ones are like, you had your trash can on the left side of your house instead of the right side of your house.
I can't believe...
And people will tear each other apart over stuff like that.
Well, if somebody said that to me, I would also be like, are you serious? Like, there's like two sides to it where it's like, there's people that are like, I think they just don't really have any reason to be there, so they try to make stuff up, and everyone else is just incredibly annoyed. So, like, the one that I saw, it, like, got out of control, and it was so funny because they kept on, like, restating stuff that had already been said, because they were just, like, trying to draw it out or something. I don't even know.
Yeah.
They were, like, because the one that you showed me, they, like, wanted to kick the council out of the meeting, or like completely, because they did something they didn't like, and it was so early that you could tell like, oh, these people are right, like they clearly have a right to do this. And the council just kept on being like, so let me clarify what you're saying. You want us to maybe not leave, or you want us to take a sabbatical? And they're like, you guys are not allowed to do this, like you guys have to leave. And they kept up on like
your
making
terms
stuff
are
up.
supposed to be for 6 months, and you've been in power for 7 years.
He became too powerful.
It's like these people have Emperor Palpatine over like one street in the road. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was saying this earlier. It's so interesting because it always starts off with just general policy talking. Today, this is what will be on the floor.
Yeah.
If you vote, say aye. If you disagree, say nothing or say nay or whatever. And then it'll escalate just a little. We can tell there's just a little bit of conflict, and it's like, I disagree with the member of the council for whatever reason, and they're still like following procedures. And then at one point, someone will say, "Okay, guys, let's settle down a little bit." And then normally it's shortly after that where someone like stands up and says, "You slept with my wife."
Yeah.
Like it'll just.
It's also funny if you look at everyone's faces while it happens, and they'll act like nothing happened ever. They'll just be sitting there, just like looking at the floor,
like utterly straight-faced. It is truly like, forget reality television. Look up. I'll put. You know what? Just because our wonderful fans, our bros, are so good, I'm going to put a link in the description to a couple of my favorites of these.
Please do.
Because it's so. I mean, you get crazy stuff. Like there was a guy who, got angry at this woman because they tried to call a town council meeting about changing. I want to say about repaving the roads or something, and they called it too late at night so it couldn't be emailed ahead of time properly. And she got really, really mad because she was like, there's not enough people watching this and we're not being held accountable. And the guy got angry at her and threw his hat at her. And she's like, don't throw your hat at me. And then the guy starts he realizes that what he did was absolutely like insane.
It was at this moment.
And he starts like laughing, like trying to cover it up as if it was a joke. It was like, ha 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 ha, you're the one being unreasonable. It's I could watch this crap all day.
You have.
I really have.
You were also showing me like those court videos. Those were basically like the same concept, but those are a little bit less bad because it was actually about like more serious stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was actually about stuff that mattered. But it was still hilarious because like the people would get so insane. It was like the same thing. Like people would like act like they were like so civilized while they were saying the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard. It's hard to describe. You just have to watch it. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's partially because you can see it. Like, there's something interesting about it because it's not like, you know, some crazy person on the street. You're like, golly day, these people are out of control. Every single one of these looks like completely normal people that you would meet on the street, like, and they've just lost their friggin' minds.
Yeah.
over, and I can't get. It's like it's not over like systemic racism or over like taxes that are so high that you can't afford living or something like that. It's literally over like, should we paint the roads right with white lines or yellow lines? You know,
yeah,
it's fantastic. It is truly a thing of beauty.
Oh God!
Oh,
I hate these guys. I thought that was one of those wizard dudes again, and I was like, why is he just like camping in the middle of the room?
This is how I'll get him. I'll just hang out here.
How do I get that schmuck up here?
You can command Melody.
Oh God! God.
I've said it once already, but I very firmly believe that they ought to have made it a button that you can press instead of having to play the song every time.
They could have done that with the remake.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the first time I understand because the GameCube controller had a couple less buttons, but like, you have the buttons now. Like, go wild, you know?
That's what remakes are for. I mean, I don't think it's like really like in our rights to complain because they pretty much fixed everything that we already like.
Yeah.
Not that there was a lot of stuff wrong with the game in the first place, but
there's like
everything
one
I did have.
I had about this game before, which was you can't use arrows on them. Oh, okay.
I can get their attention.
Yeah, there's like the one complaint I had before was that it would take forever to get from one end of the sea to the other end, and you had to change the wind, and it was a very clunky process to travel.
Yeah.
The Swift Sail has solved that. And so they improved that. They updated the graphics. And then it's kind of like after that, it's like, I don't know if there's very much else I really needed changed in this.
After that, it's just nitpicking.
Yeah, it's literally just tiny little nitpicks. Except for that in this version of the game, they decided to make aiming weirdly difficult to do unless you were playing with the gamepad. They made it worse to play through with the controller, which drives me crazy.
How's that?
I mean, you can go back and you can watch our earlier episodes. Remember, every time we tried to aim with the controller, it was really, really lousy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you just have to put it on the
trigger
R button.
Yeah.
For some reason, if you put it on, like, any other one but R, it's like you have to have like more than 2 thumbs to like control it properly.
Yeah. It's like you have to have whatever hand you were supposed to have in order to use an N64 controller.
I never had an N64. I played it like one time. I was like, how is this the norm?
Why?
People just accepted this and didn't ask.
Who let this happen?
I've been hearing a lot of stuff that the N64 wasn't really as popular as I thought it was back in the day. Even though I look at all the games that came out for it, like it was a little bit like behind my like time.
Mm-hmm.
It was right before my time.
Yeah.
But I look at all the games, I was like, oh god, that was probably like worshipped.
Yeah.
Most likely. But people mostly like don't really talk about how great it was a lot.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of the most prestigious games of all time on it over and over and over again. It had Ocarina of Time, obviously, Majora's Mask, Mario 64. Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time alone are they're two of the most highly rated games in the history of gaming, period. Yeah. You know, like, those alone are going to get you to have a pretty prestigious console. But then on top of that, you stack things like the giant hop in quality that Mario Kart 64 was. And that's more for a general audience.
Yeah.
From Super Mario Kart. Banjo-Kazooie, you know, which some people argue is an even better platformer. What else? You had GoldenEye, which set the standard for first-person shooter multiplayer. You know, there was Doom
it invented
and
Smash
Quake
Bros.
Before that. Yeah, invented Smash Bros.
Invented Paper Mario.
Yeah. Not that Nintendo cares.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. But there's just heavy hitter, and then even it's not heavy hitters are still considered gems, like Conker's Bad Fur Day and Pokemon Snap and what?
Never heard either of those in my life.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Okay.
You know,
was Diddy Kong Racing good?
I've never played it. I don't know.
For real?
Yeah.
I played it when I was really young, but it's one of those games I'm that was probably really fun when I was young, but it's probably not good anymore.
From what I hear, it is head and shoulders better than Mario Kart. I've heard a lot of Mario Kart fans. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying this is my opinion, having even played the game, but it would have to be a very good game to be better than Double Dash and better than Mario Kart.
It's not as good as Mario.
But what they say makes it better is you had the the underwater sections and the sky sections, which actually controlled differently. And then on top of that, you also had these really, 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 really involved side quests that you could do, in your cart, which apparently was really, really innovative at the time. And if that's the case, I could see it being better than Mario Kart 64 or something like that.
I didn't play a lot of the older ones. I played Mario Kart 64 for the first time pretty recently. Mm-hmm. I have a hard time seeing how any of those games are as good as Double Dash or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up with, and I still stand that that's probably the best one.
Double Dash is just incredible. But I think what people are talking about when they're talking about Diddy Kong Racing specifically is that the extra content is so... there is so much extra content that you can do in that game. It's just incredible. And really good, high-quality extra content. Double Dash has a really good battle mode, but it doesn't have, side quests. You can't, go on an adventure in Double Dash.
Yeah, I don't remember, the mechanics of the actual game being any good, though.
Yeah.
Of Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I don't know.
I doubt it's that good, because first of all, I always question N64 games today. I feel like the mechanics are always at best passable.
Yeah.
And at worst just completely unplayable.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I highly doubt it's good.
That is a hot take.
Why would you say that?
It's just a very popular game, but we'll have to continue this conversation. Maybe we won't in the next episode of Super Lilly Bros.
I guess so.
So, see you guys next time. You know what to do.
And if you don't, ask someone.